Okay, so I'm back online and I'm continuing with the second story. Okay, so rich bitch girl vibe. This is my first year in university, and maybe I have another story to add. Anyways, I will some other time. But, so I live in the West. Not like west, like Oregon, Washington. I am in the middle. So I grew up in Idaho, but I experienced life, at least my second experience for school in eastern Idaho. So Twin Falls, during the winter for school, so the school cycle, so the November months, or no, a little bit before that, so October months. So you have your fall months all the way till let's see, February, March, April. So early spring months. And then I transfer over to spring and summertime to more east to Wyoming for summertime work. So that is my transitional time routinely for my school years, from the end of college to the beginning of my first real career professional line of work job. So I have lived in money community from here to here to here to here. And a lot of that time is representing myself as a included community member of higher class, representing my brown or Hispanic yellowish colors to be seen as equals with parents and their kids, with younger to older range to similar ages for intellect endeavors. And so I have experienced meeting parents that have already set their family values, including the approved opportunity for their kids to have a voice and stand out to the American people, and that includes the endeavor of accepting their children if they have finally reached the mature age of 18 and have accepted themselves as lesbian or gay or la-di-da-di-da LGBT. And meaning that my time going into a world outside of my home upbringing to the age of 18 was a lonesome journey, especially with language specifics to be tied into culture here in the USA of America. And those times meeting and socializing with parents had to fall in line with direct modern time political perspective and values. which meant that I met a money side to the type of families I experienced meeting here during the times of deciding if I were to go through with a relationship for dating with you know, their daughter, daughter, not sister, daughter. Their daughter and also represent myself as a good option for relationship, dating, and family connections. So it was a very progressive level of theoretical family moment pursuits, and Kenny, get off the table. You waiting for me to call you Kenneth? You know, parents, progressive, modern parents wanting their daughter to have the opportunity to have a real choice in experience to finding meaning in their lives, to pursue meaning in their female woman life. And to feel supported from family, specifically close family connected to their heart. So, meaning parents and siblings. So I was on social media, Tinder, and I was like, I'm searching for someone smart, because I have been like removing so many people on Tinder, and only because they say they have LGBT knowledge, do I kind of think like, okay, they could be smart. So like, I'll message them and like ask questions and then be like, so what do you know about this thing? And then I'm, right, this thing, and then I'm like, they don't convince me. And like I'm just being like depleted, right? Like depleted of believing that I have a chance to meet someone smart. And then I'm like not even just like my goal is not to date. I'm like, I am searching for someone like me that understands me in an intellectual, educational level. And I mean, I have searched a little bit with meeting dudes again, but they're all like fuck status, and I'm like no, that's scary and gross, and I I'm like I want a friendship, like a real friendship who intellectually can keep up. And I'm not seeing that on Tinder with the dudes. So I'm like, yeah, no, okay, I'm gonna move over. And women sometimes can be more gentle and slow, and I'm like okay, with the dude side, like I can still try to find like a emo guy, or from skater to punk to raver to to goth to emo, and you know, like, maybe like be curious and like ask, like, where is life now at this specific age, you know, like 20 something, like how does that look like? But like there's nothing in the state of Idaho. So I feel stuck, and then I'm like, I'm not going to involve myself in a scary scenario where that dude maybe, you know, like sexually takes advantage of me. And so I'm like, and so, you know, like I keep my style, right? Like keep it small, where maybe I'll wear girl style of clothes, but maybe I won't. I'm like, I'm gonna stick with more like alternative back and forth. So you see that I have taken on, I have my boy stuff. And you know, because if you're not gay, like, there's a high percentage that you don't want to look like you want to go around lovey-doving, meshing gay. These fries turned out good. Alright, Kenny. Okay. 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 Okay, hold on. So, which means that on Tinder, I'm like, ugh, okay. I'm not finding this group of dudes that I would prefer to meet. To catch up on life. So, I'm upset, whatever. I go back to only searching for females, and I refuse to meet females that are emo, gothic, ravers, because it just means that they took a lot of drug pills or tabs and are just like dirty and overly emotional, and their hair is colored or black and ratted and just not clean looking. And their politics are just not intellectual. So I was like, okay, well, if they're more like boy, kind of like me, where they still pursue female security, but like both styles, or prefer a boy style if they don't feel good to be seen like mostly like a girl or woman, female, you know, so, you know, like separate that. And like that would be my preference because it's the closest to BOY, boy alternative, like I have previously explained, and will understand me more. And so I'm on Tinder, you know, like showing like, I finally got my piercing back, this one back, and I'm keeping my BOI voice style and a little bit of my girl style, and I'm still in school. I sometimes have university friends at other university meetups. You know, sometimes so I want to meet people who are smart to catch the now, you know, what's happening, and, you know, like, it's chill. Here's a picture of a panda suit, and, you know, my latest hair design. And we should meet and discuss, you know, what is happening, and click that way. I'm saying I'm only searching for friendship, socializing, and becoming friends, and because I don't trust Tinder people, but I'm just like this void, because I feel so lonely. Like, I have my life together for my age, and the next thing is that I'm still searching for a social community. So it's like somewhere out there, and I'm searching. I'm like, where did it go? Where? And like, I miss, still today, but back then I missed still that community where I can see my abstract appearance with like hey, like you and you and you and you and all, and conversation, and that group feeling that I had felt when I was researching, because I'm like, I'm not a jock. I'm not a college, university room student who just stays there just to just to show everyone and get that confidence that I look like a big nerd. So I'm searching, and like uploading. Okay, please understand, I'm still in school. I'm this age. I look like this. I know about these topics to be presented. Yes, I know I kind of sound uppity or you know, like educated, whatever. Like, you know, I just want to have a good experience, a good time. Like, message me, and you know, we'll find a good social time, and not some like fuck buddy moments everyone is picking up on at this year. And I still couldn't find people. Like, I'd look, and then their heads are like completely like shaven, or you know, you got the female chub crowd, or like the real experienced with the hair or the shortcut pixies. I think, yeah, all those that messaged me back were not like trailer homes, impoverished individuals. They had already work that they'd, you know, say, and an apartment or house room shared with other young people. So that would be status that they are sorta kinda rich house at those ages. So like 19 to like 28, like 28. And oh my god, I have like 2 other stories to add. Anyways, so I maybe saw like 3 or 4 boys in the area of Boise, Idaho, and similar age, but older, and man, they have some snobby level of intellectual preference, confidence compared to all the other alternative skater, raver to emo line. Like those boys are like picky, already set, chosen. Including seeing themselves as higher intellect. And like, as fast as like counting, taking out pennies to decide quickly if you are worth knowing or not. And I found that really mean. And like excuse me. Did they have attractive looks? Yes. Enough to pursue? No. it made me a little angry to like think that they understood their level of attractiveness kept, right? And to use that as a base. Oh my god, inside it made me so mad. And because the other side to their degraded intellect was to put their face, their looks first, and show that off. Because they always like had to have a reason behind their decisions, not just like a simple no or yes. And I'm like, oh, you have so much to prove that you have to get down to that level to say yes or no because of your looks. Not even their clothes, their looks. Like, it makes me think about that, and I just want to like slap, like just one, just because like you are that age and you're okaying that age to the day your mom saw you as a baby with your perfect looks. I can't even remember how they looked, but I remember their reason for being like, nah. All of them walking around speaking Greek. That's true. I'm not lying. Maybe not Greek, but their level is to know all Greek stories for the levels of hush hush, new age alternative, brought down to the new perfection. Boise. That would be the age by 27. Yeah. Anyways, going back to my explanation and requirements for friendship life. It all got ignored because it made me look boring. No one wanted to sit with me, just have a normal conversation about life, about thinking. They all just wanted some like fast. Oh, this topic, blah, 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 blah. Oh, this topic, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this topic, I'm like, calm down. But let's find meaning or something, not just like judging each other based on a topic and then seeing if we're both at level of intellect in this hub. But I am sad because I did miss out on some new cool slang specific to those types of people. If I'm almost to that English rocker attitude, with the black and silver personality, including their attire. So, randomly, right? I'm on Tinder. And I'm like, oh cool, this girl is not from this close area in Boise. She's from Wyoming, and she's in the area of Pocatello, still here in the state of Idaho, and it'll be cool to message back and forth because she is saying that she's still in university just like me, and you know, she's like showing pictures of herself and she looks normal, like not chubby, just like thicker compared to an average white girl. And she's explaining her chosen study, and I'm like, okay, you know, similar to my profile, you know, like the mature level seems to be there. And so I like message her, and I'm like, cool, you know, I'm not expecting a response. So I'm like, okay, you know, going with my everyday stuff. And later on, she messages me back, and she talks normal. Well, my normal. So she's talking not ghetto, and she's talking about her university time, and I'm like, that is really nice. It's actually sweet to like discuss and talk about an average day that I'm living, and not pulled into, oh, that drama and that community drama and the ages, yeah, they're similar, or or I recently jumped ships. And I was like, it's sweet. Just like talking normally. Like, I wasn't like, I want to date, or we should date, or something. I was like, that would be a good friend time, because it's normal talk. And so I like tell my friend that I had met in college, and she, Lexi, was like found a guy online too, I think Facebook, and she needed someone to go with her to meet that guy for a Halloween event, and that was somewhere in the middle. So you have Pocatello, and you have Boise, and then that town for the event, which is like Albion, which is right in the middle. And so Lexi is like, please come with me, because she didn't want to meet a guy from online alone. So I was like, okay, I'll see him. And she's like, why just make it official and ask the other girl? And then I'm like, it's not like that. And I'm like contemplating the let's protect my close friend from a random guy. So that one. So I messaged, explained to the girl, and her name is, look, her family owns a business in the tourist place of Wyoming, Jackson, known as the area of Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Her dad sells vacuums or services, home services for like big cleanings or small stuff, something like that. So her name, right, is, what is her name? Oh my god, what is her name? What is her name? It starts with a K. What is her name? We'll see. Let's see if I can remember. Her picture was next to a tree, just standing there. What is her name? Kyley. Kyley, right? Let me see. Kyley Ripley. So Kyley, Kyley messages me and she's like, I want to go. I really want to go. And, oh, that's so sweet. That's really nice. Like, I want to meet your close friend. And, I'm like, are you sure? Because it's still like a 3 hour to 4 hour drive. Like, it's only like 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours and a half for me. You would still have to drive like 3 hours, 4 hours. You sure? And she's like, it's fine. I want to meet you and I want to go to a Halloween event and I'm just stuck and bored and I kind of explained about my recent breakup And I'm like, okay, like, whatever. I mean, if it's going to help you, with your emotions and your recent breakup, then, like, okay, like, I can't say that's not healthy, right? So I'm like, okay, alright. And, being like, yay to making friendship, and it's at a university level, and she is behaving normally. And, it's like just really sweet for her to want to drive to that Halloween event. So I'm like, okay, awesome. I have weekend plans again. So I drive to Twin Falls. I meet Lexi. She's like 4 years. Oh, no, hold on. Okay, 4 to 7 years older than me. And we both met in ASL classes during college years. And I had to transfer over to Boise, Meridian, because of being picked for interpreting. And so I still kept my friendships from college. And so at that time, I go see her, I'm like, what did you do? We are talking about your type of man that could be a little adventurous. Into motorcycles and the vast life and etc. And I refuse to want you into a very dangerous, risky situation. But who listens to me? Very few. So anyways, so I hop on in her car and we drive to the town of Albion. And so I meet Kyley, and she meets us two, and we both are like, oh hi, you know, like welcome, and you know, like it's just easier for you to go in your car that way, so it's not 4 hours, and then we both will drive there and then back, and then me like back to Boise area, and and I am like nervous, okay, because I'm still experiencing being this person, like the moment I experienced college. I mean, I was popular, known enough, but Alex like pushed me into like hidden status in making real life decisions, because she kept her friends and I had to remove from the college scene, and then just stay at home with her. So there. So, and I'm shorter, she's taller, and I still have my baby face, and I'm more boy compared to her, who is like super girly, and she had lost a lot of weight. So when I met her, she looked a little bit older, and like not older, but like just barely older, and like really trying to be involved. And you know, I'm like cautious, but like really nice. And like, the girl drove over 3 hours. And she's, like, really trying. Because she wanted the dating scene. I was like, I don't think I'm ready. But because I'm here, I get pulled to things really easily because I'm like trying at the same time to fix my confidence and not have it be lost somewhere from a bad experience the time before. And so I'm like, well, I'm here, and the best I can is to just present myself as a really nice, good person. And so she's like, do you mind? Like, do you care if I hold your hand? And then I'm like, I don't care. So she holds my hand, and then, typical scare Halloween things, being like, I'm girly and things scare me, and can I hold your hand? And her really being vocally taking on the both of us need to be brave, and being like, are you okay? Kind of checking up on, and just and so that friend time instantly turned into dating time, and she's asking me, wanting to know if I feel okay, if I'm enjoying the Halloween event, if I personally feel okay with her showing up there, and just checking up the good manners paper, and me being like that's sweet, and more attention compared to any other people from Boise or just social media. And so then time continues, and so I feel okay with her holding on to me, and I think Lexi brought the guy and then wanted instant pictures of both of them kissing, And so I'm like, okay, because I'm just used to being the the side kick, being like, you need these things, okay. So, you know, my responsibility to be like, camera. And then Kyley is more social, extroverted. So she's like, oh, I want to help Lexi. And so, you know, I'm like, aw. And so she like takes the camera, takes some pictures, and then hands it back, and then I'm like taking pictures. I'm like, this good? And then and then I think, like, I don't know, but I think she like used the extra friendliness to like connect with Lexi, because like I'm just like shut off. I'm like simple me, and like still averagely shy. Not like motivationally wanting, not that, just like not socially experienced. And you know, Lexi is like, good for you, because this and that and that and that would not have happened if she was not like socially more open and all of that stuff. And so then Kyley and Lexi meet eye to eye, and Lexi asks me if I want a picture, and I know she's meaning like a kissing picture, and I don't reply, and Lexi asks Kyley, and you know, like I'm awkward because that's making a decision for the other person. And you know, I'm like, this isn't even supposed to be a real date. And you know, like being awkward. And she's like looking like she's searching for the yes, and you know, like being like, I really don't mind, like I want something of proof. I don't know if that's like extra added, like girly, like girl talk. I had never learned. Like, do you see my awkward young age status. Like I'm going through life learning these things and not having the time set up to think and decide. I'm just like being pushed into just like how much can like I like front myself. And so you know, like I just like searched really quick in her face to like just make sure that I was not hurting her or making a decision for her and both of us when I hadn't even thought about it or had time being told to think about it. So I was just left in, okay, you are looking like it'd be a good idea. Okay. So then, you know, Lexi takes picture. And so, you know, you have us kissing and her being more extroverted and then being totally being like yes, this is a lesbian kiss. Yeah. So, you know, like I'm like and and oh my god. And yeah, so, you know, oh my god, I think like I can't even remember that moment very much because it was a little embarrassing and the weather was freezing and it was dark. So I only had moments of like really remembering that my eyes were open and I experienced that time. And you know, like I think it got posted onto Facebook. And yeah, oh, okay. So I was like, I'm good. But then she was like, we are together now, whatever that is. And, so, you know, she's like giving me the eyes of, it's okay, you know, we're holding hands and we are both together as a couple, and, you know, that event is big enough to call it a real relationship decision moment. And yeah, so, you know, So she wanted to leave at an early time to have time to have time to have time, find time together alone before all the people started showing up. So I told Lexi, I really leave myself to last. Anyways, so both of us go, and Kyley uses it plentifully, and I'm like literally just waiting for me to know when Lexi is back in the car area, because I'm like partially searching for her voice. And, you know, like, I'm kind of like waiting for Kyley to feel like she's valued or used the time well for her time and I mean, she was feeling cherished and cared for all of that time. You know, not like Idaho standards of just being like, oh, you're invited, but you're like a like a just like a stick of wood just like out there, and then, you know, like, what's up, and then, you know, like, removed, or sure, you can come here, and then like cool, and then like, you know, like, I didn't want and her to feel like I was taking advantage of her. So that meant that if I refused her wanting more from me, that meant that she would feel taken advantage of, used, and hurt. So, anyways, anyways, so, you know, she felt cared for. And she felt good about driving back 3 hours. And I was left with a lot to think about. And at the same time, I got to ask Lexi questions and ask her again more questions and more questions, like, why did she decide to have a quickie experience near a tree and bush with her new dating guy. And her sharing the details of, like, I am just so clueless. I am just so clueless. Like, me being like, how? And then her having to describe that, like, Gio, it's outside. And then me being like, I don't understand. And then her being like, it's not like I can't lay down outside. It's near a tree, and me being like, stop. Okay, no more. And then me being like, why would you pick that guy? And then her only response back is that she's lonely. And then I'm like, first of all, thank you for saying I'm not enough. Second of all, why? And then me being a little felt hypocritical because I didn't even think about wanting that relationship and leaving in a relationship. A long distance relationship that I didn't know if I could, because I hated, 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 hated the idea of being in a relationship that's long distance, because I just have more emotions connected to me and my everyday life, and wanting questions that have to be in everyday life, and that being stumped, and then being lost and can't move forward, tied back, because that decision depends on the other person, and it can't just be a fast message, because that's not taking the relationship seriously. Which meant that after there was a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and finally, I'm more into the relationship, and I'm like, so do you think it'd be best if we meet again? Because time has passed on, and I don't really like long distance, and I just don't know how to both of us move forward, because I still need real life affirmation of what is being sent back and forth. And you were telling me about breakup moments, and your breakup being a serious long-term relationship with a fiancee. So I need to know are you serious about dating me, or are you taking advantage with your time with me, And so I need to know, and because I know you tell me that I help, and I personally am thinking are you using me as a cushion fantasy for you to feel better during the times that I don't know if you have completely let go of talking to your ex fiance, which means that if you are talking to them, both of you are putting me right here, with both of you being here, and you know, like, that hurts. So, you know, she agrees. She thinks it's going to be a good time. You know, she's like, find us a place so we can both, you know, use our time, and then, you know, for the night. And I couldn't invite her to my sleeping place, because that aunt and uncle were not sharing, you know, that house for random people to show up, and you know, like it's just awkward with, you know, like, people, you know, nosing in and hearing this and that, and me being used to maybe something being picked up and then being told to my family member, this one or the other one or the other one, or like all that gossip, and I'm like, okay, no. So I meet my Boise Meridian local area close friend, Madison Beach. And Maddie, she's driving around with me trying to find a cheap motel or hotel room. And so we're driving and then checking up for space, and me being like, oh my god, she's showing up tomorrow, oh my god. And Meridian has this place that's renovated, and it's a Motel 6, and I'm expecting this place to be like dirty and old, and I'm like, oh my god. And so both of us walk in and we're like, oh, actually, this looks really nice. Huh. And then we ask for the cost, and it's $60. It's still $60, which means that I only had to pay $30. Well, $30, and Kyley only had to pay $30. So I'm like, like, excited, okay? I'm just excited because, you know, like, I was expecting that, at cheapest, it would be like $40 or $45. But no, it was $30. Yeah, I took like this much of my 2 weeks of food for one night. You know, eating like this. Not even the sandwich, like this. And so yeah, anyways, so Kyley shows up, and she is, you know, tired, grumpy, because she you know, had to drive the 5 hours, maybe 6 hours, and, you know, like she was happy because it was $30, so that's a plus. And like, she was bringing a lot of emotions and things that happened, and I just had to be careful with so much. And oh my god, like, all of this, this was like a time span of like 2 months, and all this sharing back and forth would be like 4 months, like double the time for a straight relationship. And it was still at its young beginnings, with young questions and answers. And so, you know, she's really trying to like calm down and settle. And, you know, I'm just like opening myself up to, you know, being like I am trying to understand your emotions, and, you know, like what happened. And then I'm also, you know, like trying to like get my personal questions answered. And so that I can make a real decision about where that dating time is, and how much, and what it means, and questions, because I don't want to connect in real time, you know, and all those important questions and reasons be extended and left, and me just picking up and catching up with the terms for dating. So, you know, I'm like trying to like ease in and be honest about her worries. No. Stop it. And at the same time being like, I'm important too. Hold on. And so, you know, like I'm like asking her, you know, like please like expand a little, and please be honest. And me asking, okay, so you're still trying to be friends with your ex fiance, or what happened, and, you know, like, are you really emotionally open or ready? Like, you know, you didn't give me much. It's like, and then you know, like to want to use messaging just to like cover up the band-aid, the scar, and you know, like make me feel, oh yay, I'm a good person because I'm messaging and making her life better and nicer, and, you know, using my nice behavior so I can tell her she's a good person, nice, sweet, etc., etc., etc. And like, it doesn't mean a lot for her to tell me that I'm a good person, and you know, like, I care and all that, because there are behaviors that are weighed more than just saying words, you know? So, you know, get out. So, you know, so I'm asking her all those things, and so, you know, she's responding, you know, maybe like feeling like those questions are being attacking, and me being like I like seriously just need to know, like I'm not trying to be a mean person, and I am like sincerely like not trying to hurt her, because I'm like taking in both things, and I'm like I'm like, am I a horrible person because she's feeling hurt? And because I, at the same time, want to know that I'm not, like, actively trying to hurt her because of her past, and seeing similar moments from my scars with dating and my ex fiance type thing, and her, you know, describing like similar moments, and, you know, her fiance or ex fiance being like like you're ugly now that you've packed on weight, and I'm not like sexually attracted to your looks, and breaking up because that fiance cheated and found some other girl that was more physically attractive, and so I'm like, okay, you have to be serious about not contacting that ex, and what is your response? And then her getting angry because she hasn't decided how much she is willing to go back into relationship mode for her own reasons. And so, you know, at age 19, I'm still like weighing up like the decisions and deciding how much I'm being mean compared to how much I, as a normal human to human connection, as a good person, need to pay attention to their life decisions, and how much like I am being tolerant, about things. And then how much, right? It's a visiting time, so you have your first, your second, and then your third time, which, you know, is left for good visiting hours, visiting time to patch things up and, you know, like feel like whatever vacation is, or a nice break to have a good time together, right? And so, yeah. Anyways. Yeah. I didn't feel good. And I'll explain about the next day. But, like, I also needed the search for my importance, because I'm giving and giving and giving and giving so that you can do and decide for yourself, for your life decisions, and like my worth, my importance is like where and for what. And yeah, so like I'm like, okay, so like, where are you, like physically? Where are you sexually? Like, that includes like kissing. Like, where are you? And then, like, I'm being a little turned upside down, upset child, because I am looking back at how much sexual involvement that Halloween night, and comparing it with how much she is now thinking about how much she doesn't want to include in the dating with sexual stuff, right after telling me about her fiance, and then me being like, okay, I was here, and then do you even see me? And then I'm, I'm like not being like, oh, we need sex. I'm like searching for the reasons that apparently need to look nice in connection to saying that she has experienced this whole time a dating relationship with me, because, or it just means a lot of mean stuff of taking advantage of me physically, since the moment, same day, night, she met me. And so I'm like, okay, responsibilities, where and from who, and if you answer that this much compared to this much or this much. Okay, like how are you gonna prove it? Show it to me. What does that mean? And I'm not stupid to like fully accept decisions without like being like okay, we're nothing. And at that time she's like equally like still grabby. So she's like showing me the level of relationship that she is wanting me to meet her, and for her emotions to still be heavy still at those levels. So I'm so trying my best to see through a lot of emotions and feelings. And emotions being heavier, feelings like those little white lies, and being told that some white feelings are just as heavy compared to other emotions, and seeing that switch, and then being like I'm a little more important than the feelings. But your emotions should be those lines of feelings, but you are coming from all that emotion from those white feelings, and I am being left like confused here. And I'm trying my best to think about it and understand for myself, to distinguish. And so I'm left confused. And then I draw back, and then me drawing back means to her that I am like really mad. I mean, I'm like mad, right? But like not like I could hit someone, like I could hit a wall or something. I'm just like mathematically calculating the numbers. And she sees that, right? She captures her hypocrisy. And so then she starts again emotionally, and I'm not that person, like, to change what you have said and make it all about you and your fault. And so then I'm like, it's fine. And then I'm trying to explain that to her. And then she's like upset. And then like tries to like apologize. And I'm like, I seriously am trying to understand, like, do you need to tell me more specifics about things you are deciding behind the dating time? Because it will help me understand why you are telling me parts and not everything, and stopping things and me looking back and sorry. It's not enough to say, oh, that just happened way too fast and I just need slow. And I'm like, which means you need to tell me the reasons, and you need to gift me a lot of attention for any heavy emotional responses, because I have the capability to look back to see how much you took for social media X purposes to show around with. I can find a new reasonably good new dating partner without the title of it being a sexual affair. And so, I was like, that's fine without the sexual stuff included. You just need to explain to me why. Not, oh, I just need something slow, and then later lie, and then give me or do something that is way over the boundary, and then just tell me, oh, it's because of you, Gio, you're like overly too good, or you're like, do you understand? Like, using me as my own ignorant, naive bait. And then thinking I'm not smart enough to later understand and not get mad. So, anyways. So, so I explained that, and, she got upset. And then I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. So, that meant, let me see, how'd she go into that? I have to pee. So anyways, so Kyley Ripley, rich girl, Wyoming. So she lost weight, was feeling herself good, and being all upset because she was showing off her looks and couldn't be in a relationship with her fiancé. And I told her, I need to know how much you are attempting to patch up your relationship with your fiancé, because I have been dragged in rubble and I refuse to allow myself to not know, be told the honest truth about what is happening. And as much as she told me was that she was just learning how she wanted another person to follow her, treat, behave around her. And I was like, okay, that's fair. Do you see that I'm normal and respond to what is being given to me, no matter how much, how from the day real intention reason you truly y'all believe in rocky trust issues, I would believe y'all. And how much is cut for personal benefits. Anyways, so sorry. So many whatever. So, she's apologizing, and she's like, sorry that I only wanted to talk, and like I didn't even mean like let's get into it. Like, no, like, I wanted the truth. I wanted the truth because there were too many similarities with my experience with my ex fiance and her experience. So I was like, I need to know how much you are still clinging on to your ex, because I got cheated on not only by one person, no, my ex-fiance had her pics. And I couldn't just leave and find a new apartment like that. No, I had to experience a lot of heartbreaking, crushing moments witnessed myself, and then just being treated and pushed aside and ignored, and or you know, like you know, when like a person that cares about you uses your name because they're angry, and then pushed somewhere else, and then cutting off your voice, your tongue, and then pushing you under the water. And then having to tell yourself to take in whatever you take in with yourself, because no matter what, you keep it to yourself. So, in all honesty, I needed to know how much Kyley's feelings, how much had become like real emotions. But then I was told, you know, I'm important, and I was right. No, not that. I was right about what I was telling her about needing to be firm about her life decisions, and that would help me see and understand her life, because she was telling me that she needed someone to understand her life. See? My inside being like, calculations. I'm like, I don't know where this is going. And, you know, I'm like, okay, please don't become that person that shuts me off to become the I don't care, because you are going to make stupid decisions and later cry because I will refuse to care. Anyways, she used my good cherishment to myself not to become a bad person, and so she's like, I'm gonna be open with my emotions and feelings, and she liked that she was having a lot of time being open and vulnerable to me, and I was still there asking for more explanation, more understanding. So for her, it was equal to me sticking and holding on to heavy emotions. So, she like held on to that, and then later she's like, okay, well, I changed my mind, and I'm like, with, and then, she's like, yeah, it doesn't make sense to have a dating relationship and not have more in-depth conversation and including the physical, and oh my god, she just wanted to make me into a dating partner that would open themselves up and listen to all of her ex-fiancé journey, both of them, into their modern drama, and then later have me become all about her. Hold on. So the night before, she like, right, she likes, like, I'm like, I don't know what you mean. And I'm slowly shutting myself off. And then me being like, okay, that's fine. I'm getting, like, seriously ready to, like, just share a bag of peanuts. Like, okay, like, I'm being satisfied and accepting things, not to mention again what type of style she was presenting to me, and then me being like I didn't think it was like that level of sexual or a problem to bring up. Like, what? Like, I didn't even like ask and like what I asked was school stuff. What I asked was if she felt good inside herself from all the drama. I asked her if the type of relationship was the same that she felt connected to that night at the Halloween event. Like, I'm like researching what she's wanting into the relationship, and to meet her at Motel 6. Hey, stop it. Only so my perspective could end up like this. Jaded. I'm left jaded. And I am given more and more and more detail because I keep denying the simple answers, and I'm drilling and being like, excuse me, thank you. Like, I can't live my life only, oh, I'm so happy because that group or that person is telling me how nice and happy of a person I am. And then later being like, ooh, I can take it slow and keep my secrets, and use her as a life lovely time. and she'll make me feel like I can learn about becoming a better person because she, Geo, is a better person compared to me. Boo hoo hoo. All of that on the side, while all of this is happening opposite so you have Kyley expressing to me how much she has decided she wants all those pictures to be accepted from her social group as real pictures, meaning plentiful of a real relationship. I'm mad over here because I just looked back at how many times I had been placed by nice people to experience being taken advantage of. So, yeah. Anyways, so she decides on wanting like that level of 2 months worth emotions like invested in text, and so she liked that I wanted real life transition of those topics, and that my intentions for the dating life was not sexual, which made her want to keep her decisions. Stop it. Her decisions about how much and how far she took the sexual stuff from the first experience, and to keep that going. And you have me only like keeping up because I still was using all that time and all this time and every moment of experience to understand how much meaning, for what reasons, to put it all together. And her deciding whether her decisions were that level of accepting my levels of angry. And for her to still have the bestest sexual experiences because I'm not a take advantage of you and your body, and she liked that. And she liked that, let's see, obviously I'm like the boy just like her fiancé, which meant that she got to experience and keep her very, very princessy, do nothing, and if she decided to include, like, noticing me, then, like, thanks, but ugh, and no thank you to all the extra jabbing. And I have just learned that I don't need to be very nice about smell, because I have just learned so many times that people, including Kyley Ripley, don't smell good or look good, because guess what? Me searching and searching and searching and searching for truth, honesty, clarification, meant that I was searching for clarification from a person that was lying about her looks. The next day, like, I just have so much that I could be like barfing, puking, because I hated her taste. Like kissing. I hated everything, including the perfume. Like, without it, it was still gross. And the next day, right? The next day, like, I didn't know, but she was lying to me about her face. Literally, like, this thick of makeup. I was like, whoa, awesome that you make it look natural, but without it, it's not you. Including how gross and ugly, and you should have told me, explain that you have an acne problem that is like very problem. And then later to tell me that she was still going to contact her ex. And I'm already at the last string with your face. And so, like, I literally let go of her hand. And she gets angry because I'm, like, treading back on my loving, cherishing words of promise. And then I'm like, how can your eye measure that much to being so wrong about life? Also, she didn't want to go back to Pokey wearing the big hoe outfit. Like that thick. And then later, what has me laughing is that her fiance and her ex-fiance and her family were head and head fighting, having an all-time war in front of everyone on Facebook who's alive about a ring, and the butch ex-fiancee kept the ring to like break it to the family about the wedding and marriage not happening, and sticking it to them about family versus money, and it was just this big, huge drama show on Facebook in the columns, and like that included like Kylie's mom being like da, 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 big paragraph, and then the ex-fiance and her new girl or something being like, here's another paragraph, and and then we being like, okay, I saved myself from being dragged in. And Kyley only searching for like backup, and you know, obviously her ex like just not caring and wanting more time for her freedom, individual time without like family like baggage. And like both of them like playing on, holding on, playing on romance time. So there's me being like, that's what I wanted to know. Because Kyley got so confident and desperate that I had this Snapchat, and after seeing the level of how much she thought she could use the dating rules, conditions, levels for my emotions to be brought out, and how much she was clinging on to the sexual things. Like I thought, okay, so her trying to build that wall meant that, you know, like she was trying to be classy, but I'm like, what the fuck are you like doing? I was shocked because, like, I just, like, would not have expected a rich university so high uppity with her reasons, right, at face value, to continue. And so, I'm like opening my Snapchat, and I'm like, okay, cool, like university stuff, messages,